What's up guys, welcome to Film and TV Reviews, and as you can see I'm reviewing Crazy Rich Asians. What's it about? Crazy Rich Asians is about a couple returning for a family wedding, and for the first time the woman in the couple meeting the man's family, only to find out that he's filthy rich and he's hid that from her for whatever reason. What did I think overall? I liked it. It's a good fun rom-com. It's exactly what you expect as well from a rom-com. That's probably the biggest disappointment about it, is that it is a by-the-books, formidable rom-com. You know all the beats that are going to happen, you know exactly how it's going to end, you know there's going to be ups and downs, they're going to fall out and so on. So yeah, it's a very, very good, but very typical rom-com. I would also say that it's more romantic drama than comedy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it seems to get less funny the more it goes on, and more dramatic as it goes on. So if you're coming into this hoping to have a laugh every 5 minutes, that's not the case at all. It does have some very funny moments, but it's not trying to be a full-on comedy. One of the things I liked about it is that there are twists, particularly towards the end, that try to subvert your expectations. They try to make you think that the predictable ending isn't going to happen, and the twist then twists back, and hey, voila, the predictable ending happens. Light spoilers, sorry, but hey, it's like I said, it's a very predictable film. One of the things about the story I didn't like is that there's this side story focusing on the main male character's sister. Never really felt necessary, never really felt like a part of what was actually going on. It always felt like, oh, this is going on over here, but it's not really connecting to the main thing at all. And the sister only shows up every now and then as well, so yeah, that felt a little forced and a little inserted. I know we're getting sequels to this, so maybe that's building up to that a bit. I don't know. But yeah, the overall story, very simple, very fun and enjoyable. Meanwhile, the characters are very likable. Like, literally everyone is incredibly likable. There are a few stereotypes here and there because they can't all get the development, and there's a lot of characters. Trying to keep track of who's who, what their names are, how they're all related is very challenging. And I think you're going to need multiple watches to do that. It's very well acted though. Can't fault any of the acting in this film at all. Michelle Yeoh is brilliant. There's also, and I've been trying to learn how to say this name, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Awkwafina, I think it is. She's brilliant. I think she's absolutely hilarious. She's by far the best thing about this film, but she's not in this film enough. She's only got like a handful of scenes. She only seems to pop up here and there and does a bit of a funny thing and leaves. And again, we're getting sequels to this. I hope the sequels have her role a bit bigger than what it was here, and I would very much like to see a spin-off focusing on her character. I think she's hilarious and brilliant, and yeah, watch this film just for her. She's great. But I have mentioned there are a lot of characters in this. It does get overcrowded at times. There are a few too many, especially when half of them don't really do much or add much to the film. So, and it does result in them getting overlooked. It does result in some of them being a bit stereotypical. Again, this is based on a book, so maybe they're better off in the book. Maybe they do get more development in the book. I don't know. In terms of production, this is a really gorgeous and beautiful film. Thanks to the on-location shooting, the sets, the costumes are fabulous, very colourful, very bright, and the cinematography is great, again, because of the location shooting. I don't know how much was actually shot on location, but it looks like it was. And directing, pretty good. The editing and the pacing was really good. Early on in the film, there's use of CGI or animation that highlights how a text message has been sent for all across the world to multiple people, and that this one moment is all of a sudden known by everyone. It's really well done, but it's the only time it's actually done in the film. It's really stylish, adds a bit of character and charm to it, and yeah, I like that. And the whole editing as well is really good. Well paced. It's a 2-hour film and it just flies by. And yeah, just a really good fun film, I think. That's my review without spoilers. I'm going to go into spoilers now, so if you haven't seen Crazy Rich Asians, I do recommend it. It's a good fun rom-com. It'll pass the time. It's something I think you should watch if you get the chance. One of the things I like is how it does have a good diversity and representation of Asian characters and people. It does explore that side of the world and the culture in there, and it does a good job of it as well. So I think it's quite an important film as well in that regard. But that's my spoiler-free review. I'm Grant Burton. If you're going to stop watching now, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Grant Burton. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment, some feedback down below. What did you think of Crazy Rich Asians? Let me know. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. But now it's time for spoilers. So like I've said a few times now, it's a very predictable rom-com. You know how it's going to end, and because they try to subvert your expectations towards the end, because there are a couple of twists that make you think, oh, maybe it's going to end this way, it does become a bit disappointing when it ends the predictable way and everyone's just getting along and they do end up getting engaged at the end and it's all happy and cheerful. But yeah, it's a happy ending. It's just a little disappointing that they went for the typical expected ending. In relation to this, throughout the film, everyone seems to be doubtful about this relationship, the central relationship of the film, because the female in the relationship doesn't come from this big wealthy family. She does have a family with some history, and this big wealthy family kind of looks down on her, and their relationship is frowned upon basically. But when they kind of disown them and say, no, you don't have permission to marry, it's weird that then like 10 minutes later, as soon as they get engaged, everyone's just welcoming them as if nothing's the matter. If that happened in real life, I doubt that would be something you'd see. I doubt everyone would just all of a sudden accept them and be happy and cheerful for them. It's a bit weird, I think. And why does she put up with that? Everything she puts up with throughout this film is, yeah, it's tough. She has a tough time throughout this film. Why does she just accept it? It doesn't quite make sense. There's a scene about half an hour in, I think it was. It's a party scene where they introduce all the family members. The main couple and Awkwafina, I think it is, go to this party. That's probably my favourite scene in the whole film. It's very funny, thanks to Awkwafina, when she's getting into the trunk of her car and she's pulling out all her prepared costumes and all that, and one of them's like the walk of shame. It's really funny, and I just really love her character. I think she's brilliant. But yeah, best scene in the film, I think. This is based on a book. It is based on a book that has 2 sequels. They are making the 2 sequels. The film very much sets up what those sequels could be, and I predict the second film will be about the main couple's wedding. And yeah, so expect more of this. And yeah, I can't actually wait for this because this was a good, fun film. So yeah, that's my review of Crazy Rich Asians. I hope you've liked it. What if you thought of the film? Let me know down below in the comments. But until next time, thanks for watching.